Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Zooming in on the idea of really kind of acting out when you're in conflict with a narcissist. I had a viewer who had inquired about the incidence of narcissistic rage and that in turn creating a sense of violence in the victim. And, was I aware of the incidence of that? So I wanted to speak on that here real briefly. When you feel like, as I brought this up in previous videos, the narcissist, because they're holding on to so much negative energy, they just, by virtue of that very personality defect of theirs, by virtue of them holding on to so much negativity, they have an aura, they have a kind of a hostility that emanates from them, sort of a negativity, suspicion, sort of very, some people call it evil or the devil. I mean, they have a very sort of vindictive, sort of negative energy about them, and it's really a hostility. It's fueled by a lot of their anger, rage, which has nothing to do with you. But when you're around it, or if you're in a relationship with somebody, this force will definitely create a counter force. Meaning, in other words, if somebody comes at you with hostility and aggression, a lot of people then feel, a drive to come back at them and match that anger, match that force, match that counter force upon them, so that they feel like, then you've got that, you've got the rage, you've got the, violence. You've got, people yelling match, that kind of thing. And especially for the narcissist, I mean, they get fueled up by this. The narcissist, the typical person, doesn't look to be starting in a fight. It's so unproductive. It's stupid. It's unnecessary. The narcissist, though, when they get really going, a lot of them really kind of look for a fight. They look to create a fight. They look to kind of act out that aggression. They look for, people to kind of pinpoint even and just take out that rage, that negativity, that violence, that hostility. They just won't like you. They will just, act out their personality disorder on you. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean that you're unlikable. Sorry, it's a bee. It doesn't mean that you're unlikable. You haven't done anything to them whatsoever. Excuse me. Nature. You haven't done it. You haven't done anything to them. You haven't. You've only been nice to them. You've only been courteous. You've only been kind. Yet they're, they have this hostility. They have this anger. So I'm just gonna stand up here. Holy guacamole.